Hey YouTube, Andrew checking in from Budapest, Hungary. Welcome to the Gently Tamed Virtual Smoking Lounge. And as you can see, I have my pipe lighter or the lighter collection here in front of you. And I just wanted to go through them and just mention a couple of pros and cons for each lighter system. If you're looking into the hobby or just started the hobby and you want to figure out what to use when and just how to choose if you want to buy some. So first of all, we have here the matches. It's plain matches, nothing serious. Everyone knows these. We have a butane lighter, which is actually from the company Sabo that I actually have some basket pipes from. We have two Zippos here. One is a regular with the regular insert, which I just cleaned not long ago, and one with the pipe insert with the hole in it, that you can just use for lighting your pipe. And I have here my Karibi Mikazuki, which is obviously my highest value in this collection. Now let's start with the matches, which is obviously the more traditional approach to lighting a pipe. And when is it good? I think a lot of people notice, and this is the cons to the Zippos, that there's a little flavor that you can get from the lighter fluid that is used in the Zippo. When you fill this with lighter fluid, the wick is basically soaked in by that, and when you light it, that's the fluid is basically what helps the light to form. In the matches, you just light it, you let it there for a couple of seconds, and basically after that, if you put it to your pipe, you won't get any flavor change from the lighter. So that is a definite pro to the matches, but obviously you always have to buy new ones if you go out. It's a little bit fussy to use it compared to all the other lighters, but it can be a good solution if you don't want to spend much money on any lighter. If you start out with a hobby, you just grab some matches and there you go. I mean, fire is all you need. You need a pipe and tobacco and some fire for doing this hobby. That's it. So yeah, that's matches. The other one is a plain butane lighter. This is obviously a pretty cheap. I think it was I think it was $30, so it's not so cheap, but it's a cheap compared to some other pipe lighters. It's a gold-plated, probably aluminum or something. The materials are really cheap feeling. It's a good-looking lighter, but when using it, basically you get the usual butane lighter click. It can't really hold much butane, even though it's bigger than my Karibi. At least it's taller. It's not necessarily bigger. It can't hold too much butane, and it has a sort of a hard flame if you look at it that way. But it's a pretty good alternative if you don't want to spend too much money on a pipe lighter like a Karibi or even an IM Corona Old Boy or a Peterson. A huge pro to the butane lighters, well, at least to this one, not the pipe lighter actually, is this one can be used quite efficiently in rough weather. What I mean by rough weather is windy conditions. If you hide it properly, but not as good as a Zippo. The Zippos are just the huge pros for these lighters. Is this can work in, well, not any condition, but in pretty windy conditions. You can get your pipe lit with a pipe insert Zippo lighter. Basically, what helps for that is this little lid that you can see around the wick, the part of the wick that lights up, and this little hole makes sure that the flame that you suck into the tobacco touches the top of the tobacco there, and it's guarded by wind pretty well. And if you just put your hand around it, it's obviously a really good choice if you're going out in rough conditions. Not so much the one without the pipe insert. You can get your pipe lit with this one as well, but it's much more well, it's not so convenient than the pipe insert Zippo lighter. The other pro for these two, the Zippos are pretty cheap. So these sell around well, between $10 and $20. I mean, this is, I think, $10 or $15. This is closer to 20. But it's fine. I mean, it's cheaper than this butane lighter, and it's a really cheap option. Obviously, you can get a lot of variety in Zippos as well. I mean, a lot of other cases, Zippo cases. You can change out any part. If anything goes wrong, you just send it back to the Zippo factory and they change it for you. The hinge is just phenomenal. I mean, I've been using these for years now, and I had some copies or wannabe Zippo lighters which the hinge just broke. I mean, maybe in months even, or maybe weeks. So it's a really durable lighter. It's no surprise this is a favorite for a lot of people. Obviously, the con for it is, you can taste in the first couple of puffs the lighter fluid that's in here. Now, the last one. This is an IM, Corona Old Boy, or a traditional pipe lighter type lighter, which means that it has a pretty big tank, so it can hold a lot of butane. It's a really sturdy build, so this you don't really feels like quality. I mean, just taken out from the box, it's already pretty heavy, even though this is the short version. And all the hinges, how the whole thing works is you feel the quality here. I mean, it's a really nice design. It has a dual flame nozzle, so if you just look at here, it lights every time. I mean, maybe 90-95% of the time. And it has a beautiful soft light that you can just use to go around your pipe, just to touch the tobacco there. Basically, the cap is used to push down the dual flame nozzle, which stops the butane from coming out. The wheel is horizontally placed, so it's not like a Zippo that is vertical. The wheel is placed horizontally, and you have to get used to it. Have to get used to how you function this thing, but after a couple of tries, it's gonna be second nature, or what's the expression. Some of these lighters have a pipe pick or pipe temper at the bottom, built in. This one does not. I really like the check tool. I have, I don't know, 10 around the house, just in case. It's you know, just perfect for the purpose, so I don't need anything else. I also could use, you know, the more tank, which is the reason I bought this one. And actually this one I think holds for me. I smoke, well, I don't smoke a pipe, a bowl a day. I don't really smoke that much, but you know, if you would count maybe a bowl a day, this would hold for a week easily. And it's, you can see it's a pretty small lighter compared to the Zippo here. It's basically the same size if you look at it, maybe even a bit smaller than that, and it just easily holds a week's worth of butane in here. The biggest con to the Kiribi or any high-end pipe lighters is that the flame is so soft that in almost any wind, and you can see that it's 95% the times it lights, in almost any windy condition you can't really use these. So this is, you know, for more of a sit around the house, you know, really just sitting back and enjoying the whole thing. If you are on the go, I really not recommend taking a pipe lighter with you. If you know that you are going to, you know, smoke a pipe while walking or while doing something, or you know that the weather is not going to be quiet, I more so suggest to go with the Zippos in that case. But other than that, I think these go around $80, the short ones. I think the bigger ones are around 90, and from that one you can go up to the hundreds in terms of pipe lighters. I mean, especially the IM Corona old boys, they cost really a lot, but the build quality is there. So if you want to, you know, just have a nice gift to someone who you know enjoys this hobby, then an IM Corona or a pipe lighter then like these is really a perfect choice, because he will definitely you know, experience the quality here. But other than that, these were my pipe lighters, and of course, if you have any comment or anything to say, or any, you know, lighter to recommend to anyone watching this video, please leave a comment down below. And thank you, obviously, for checking in. This was Gently Tamped with True Smoking Lounge, and see you guys in the next one. Cheers.